Hello, welcome to the Lunch and Chat with Leslie show. I'm your host, Leslie Parker. It is always a pleasure having you tune into this broadcast. Last week, I didn't attend because I had to attend something very important, but it's always good to come on. In case you have never seen this show before, it airs every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I try to be punctual as much as possible, but it is always a pleasure to have you stop in to see this broadcast. Now, I do want to start off by having a special request from you. I would like to have prayer for my cousin. She lost her mom yesterday, and also for a good friend of mine who's a pastor that lost his wife today. So, if you would just take like 5 seconds of just silence and let's pray for the family. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know, we're going through a lot and there are a lot of trying times, but today's topic, the reason why I decided to choose what matters most is because of certain reasons like this: the loss of a loved one, the struggles in life that we deal with, financial situations, broken marriages, heartache and pain, you name it. The list can go on and on. So, what I decided to do is put this broadcast together today that says what matters most. Of course, what matters to you may be different than what matters to me or so forth, anybody else. But it's good to identify those things in life that matters most to you. So what matters most, it usually comes from my experiences that we've had throughout life, whether it be financial, whether it be emotional, psychological, whatever it is. We begin to realize as time go on what matters most to us. So sometimes, if you can think about certain things, we may think that, hey, it's the money. Maybe it's the money. We need to make more money. That is the key to what's going to make us happy. But we know that's not true. It's not all about the money. It's about really drilling down to identify those things or those type of things that can drive you to your happiness. Well, we have certain things, a status in life that I think that's important that we need to just hone in on and say, you know what? It's not about how much money we have or how big of a house that we have, but what is our status in life right now as it stands? What is our relationship with one another? So I want to shift the focus to what matters most. And you'd be surprised. It's the simple things in life if you would just focus on. As I mentioned to you before about the relationships, I find that when you have great relationships with your family, with your friends, and even your enemies, believe it or not, because you learn how to deal with those people. Some people you got to treat with a long handle spoon, but not letting them get the best of you. So honesty and great communication is very key to what relationships are about. Would you agree? Now, communication, it should be clear, without anger and without bitterness. And knowing yourself, get to know who you are, get to know what you're supposed to be doing in life, and find out what your purpose is. So I've decided to bring a guest on rather. She'll be joining us shortly. I met this young lady about maybe 2 months ago. I have a boutique, in case you guys didn't know. I also have a boutique. And the person I met, she is a hairstylist. And she came by a couple times to shop with me. But our relationship built over time. She got to know me a little bit, and I got to know her a little bit. So I want to bring her in because she's a phenomenal lady. I mean, this woman has what it takes to. If you're looking for a good friend, and I feel like I've been knowing this person all my life. Her name is Tawana Tiller. So I'm going to bring Tawana in. Tawana, are you ready?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, my. Don't you look wonderful today?
I'm
You
trying. I'm
do.
trying.
You
Oh,
do.
thank
Hey, look.
you.
Look, I want to let the viewers know. Can you tell them a little bit about yourself first before I go into bringing in more detailed information about you?
Okay, sure. I'm a senior cosmetologist and have been one for over 25 years. I'm also a salon owner. I'm a mom. And I'm a lover of God. I love God. I love Jesus as my savior. And I'm also I guess right now at this point in my life, I'm a new person. I'm looking to experience new things in life. I'm trying to make sure that I have a positive energy at all times. I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to, take responsibility on things that I might not do perfect and that I might hurt someone, but I just want to make sure that my energy is right. And it's hard because the world is we're in a place in the world right now where things are just we're on edge. We're on edge, and simple things can take us to the next level. But I'm really trying to be that peaceful person that just try to spread love. I mean, it might sound cliche, it might sound phony, but it's just who I am at this point in my life.
No,
So that's
you
who I
spread
am.
love. Can I tell the viewers what you did for me? Because
Oh,
it really
sure,
meant
it's
a
not
lot.
a problem.
Okay. Well, let me
It
tell
was
you,
small.
viewers. First of all, like I said, I haven't been knowing this young lady very long. We met over the summer, and she came by the shop. She purchased a couple things, and she invited me to her salon, which is above my shop. It's not too far, not directly above, but it is above the shop. And I decided to pay her visit. It was on a Thursday. And I thought maybe I just would go for like, what was it, like maybe an hour, 2 hours, wind up being 5 hours because we had great communication. And she opened up to me. I felt like you open up your home
Oh,
to me. That's your business, but you open up your home and your heart. And we, I mean, what she did was she treated me like I was. Let me say this: she treated me than most dates have ever treated me. We had dinner ready. We had what, a glass of wine. We had fruit.
just
She
a
had.
few snacks.
I'm like, oh, and she spoiled me. So not knowing,
Oh,
that's why I said it's important. You never know what a person could be going through, but when you extend love, and that's what God wants us to do, is extend love to one another, that we're able to help each other get through whatever it is that we're going through in life, right?
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. And I just want to tell you, uh, I am really impressed with you, Miss Tawana. I mean, I'm telling you, you are different than most people. Most people would say, well, I got to get to know her first. You didn't have to get to know me first. You invited me in. So that's why I want to talk to, the viewers about what matters most. So I want to find out from you, just what matters most to you.
Well, for me, in order to gain a friend, I just think you have to be a friend. I've always been a giver. I don't know. I don't have a lot, but I like to share what I have. I mean, I know God put me here for a reason to be an inspirational light in other people's life. For far by life right now at this moment, I'm nowhere near perfect. I have made mistakes. I've probably hurt people. People have hurt me. But I try not to hold those things against anyone. I try not to stand in judgment of no one because in order for us to be in this world together and live peacefully, we have to be kind to one another. And that's what I try to do. I just try to extend kindness to other people. And that's basically what I just try to do. It's not much. You thought it was a lot, but really it was little. It was just something I grabbed from Wegmans and threw together. But I'm glad that you received it that way. But honestly, it was just
Yeah.
something. I mean, we said we'll get together and we'll chat. So I just wanted to have a few little snacks for us. And I'm glad that you appreciate it because a lot of times what I have realized so far in this life and is that we look for our happiness to come from other people, but really our happiness is within us. So we have to take the time to make ourselves happy. And that was something that even though I was making you happy, but I was making me happy too.
Yes.
Because that was a nice little evening that we had together. And I mean,
Yeah.
and I went home and slept peacefully. But it's just that I love making people happy and I love to be happy myself. Like I said, I'm by far away nowhere perfect. I do the best that I can with what I have, but we have to take the time and spoil each other and try to make each other happy. And life is just too short. And because for me at
Yes,
this
it
age in
is.
my life, it takes a lot out. It takes a lot out of me to be angry. It takes a lot out of me to be mean. It takes a lot out of me to be nasty. And so I don't choose those things right now. I want to be kind and I want to be loving. And I just want to be a friend. I'm cool with that.
And you know what? It's so interesting you said because of the things that you decided to choose. Because we have a choice in life. You have choices and options and alternatives. And you to me, I just think it's just natural with you to be, some
Oh,
people struggle to be kind, but I felt your energy right away, just like something that that I have here that you've given to me about your energy, that it's all about the energy. It is all about the energy that we portray to one another. You know, earlier today, and I'm going to just share this with you. I know you and you're going to come on again to talk about, what it takes to do what you do, because I know that you do some phenomenal hair at your salon. But God put on my spirit to talk about this topic about what matters most, because of people's focus sometimes is on, let me, the bigger things instead of the simpler things in life. And we're all going through stuff. Some people are, going through, like you said, a loss of a loved one, depression. They're going through anger. They're bitter, or whatever it is. And I can tell you, no, you're not perfect, and I'm not perfect either. And God is not looking for us to be perfect. He's looking for you to be. He looks at your heart, and apparently, like with David, David was a man after God's heart, and you're a woman after God's heart. So he knows that, and I think what he did was, by you coming into to the shop, introducing yourself, he wanted us to come together. For his purpose. We may think it's for other things, but during that time anyway, he allowed us to enjoy each other, because it was phenomenal. I couldn't sleep. I know I couldn't sleep. I was still, yes, I could not sleep. It's as if I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Because I mentioned to you that maybe was it last year, a really good friend of mine, I lost her and a couple other people. I said, well, God gives you things to replace what's missing in your life. And I do believe that, whether it does it right. Sometimes it's not things. I'm trying to get people to realize it's not the material things that's going to sustain you in life. He knows what you need. He knows we need the essential things. Like, we need to me, what's essential is the air that we breathe, having shelter, food, good health, and all that. But those other things I believe those are added gifts that he'll give us. Because eventually, I would like to have, bigger things and better things, but without, to me, having those great relationships that I know I have great relationships with some relationships, okay, but it's okay. In between, the main thing is that I focus on the bigger things in life. And that is, being able to bridge the gap, being able to stay focused and not allow the little things upset us. My mother used to always tell me, don't let your, tangle or whatever it is get it twisted up in a knot. Your panties get twisted up in a knot. That's true. So when you get that, you feel knotted up, So our face and our, how we compose ourselves is important. And I'm not even worried about if I can't, like, even like, okay, I was going to tell you this situation that happened to me today on the job. So I offered to assist someone, and the person got angry with me for assisting them. But something told me, God was like, that's okay. It could be something else that they're going through. So I learned to identify that sometimes you don't take things personally. You think it's you, but it could very well be something that the person's they're going through. But see, the way I know you, our personalities are like, I'm authentic. And I'm going to tell you, I'm very transparent. Whatever's going on with me, now I don't have to tell every detailed information about what's going on. But I think it's important. I always tell people, free yourself. Remember that song, Free Yourself? Relax your mind. You have to free yourself. If not, you're going to hold yourself in emotional jail, emotional bondage.
Most definitely.
So you know what I mean? So what matters to you, it just, I know it's you're a mother of three young men. And I've met two of you. Well, I met one of your sons, but I've seen the pictures of your other sons. And I can tell you love your children, and that's
most definitely.
And your son, and you said Marcus is with you, right?
Yeah, he's with me. Marcus, come here. Let me see if you want to come on. Marcus.
Yeah, I want to introduce this young man. Yes.
Come on.
I do. I want to
He trying to
introduce.
add camera shy, but honey, he love the camera. Trust
Yeah,
me, he
that's
trying to add
okay.
camera shy, but he love the camera. That's okay.
But
He
I
right here.
didn't
Come
know
over here, babe.
Marcus, but I felt like I've been knowing Marcus for years. Hi,
Hey, how you
Marcus.
doing?
How
How you
you
doing?
doing?
Good in
Great.
yourself?
I am hanging in there. I'm just so glad. I was just telling the viewers that your mother really, I'm telling you, she really inspires me. And she's just such a positive light and energy in my life. And I just want the viewers to know that this is what love looks like. Okay. Love looks like this. You don't have to know a person for a long time. And just like you, Marcus, I didn't know you. I just met you, what, like a week or two ago? And
Yeah.
Yep.
Marcus is can I tell the viewers what you do?
Yes.
Marcus is a designer. He has his own t-shirt business. And the name of this, I said, what's the name of your business?
M&T.
M&Ts.
It's called M&T's.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a shirt on now that you can show the viewers what you do?
Wait, he's gonna go get one right now. He can get one real quick.
Okay, good.
This
Because
is
I
just
tell
one.
you, that
No,
shirt
just
that
bring no,
he,
just bring the whole thing. This is bring it over here. He here's one right here.
okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I love it. So, what does that shirt say? Oh, it says, women.
When
It says,
when you're
women,
connected,
you're connected. I love it. I love
So
it.
when
That's
you're
nice.
connected, you're protected.
When you're connected, you're protected. That is so true. Well, I want to make sure. So I guess if the viewers want to know how to get that shirt, how can they get in contact with you?
he has a website, is mnts.com. I think that's exactly what it is. MANDTEES.com. And they
Oh,
should be on
M&T,
there. But he also, the
M&T's.
other one, the Trust the Process t-shirt is actually on Amazon.
It's on
Um
Amazon.
the
Okay.
Amazon, the Trust the Process one is. So basically,
Okay.
he just had put out just those two t-shirts. Those ones have
Okay.
been very meaningful. Marcus is very God-centered and very connected to the Lord.
Mm.
And he just want to share his message. That's all. And being a young
And-
person, to be that faithful to God is just, it's amazing to me. Because like I said, I just introduced him to God. He formed his own relationship. I didn't
okay.
batter him or beat him over the head with it. And but living in my house is you're gonna honor and respect God. That's just what it is. Now, when you get
Yeah.
older and whatever you choose to do, no harm, no fury. But I know if it's instilled in him, that it's gonna carry him. But he
Absolutely.
he chose his walk with God, and
So guess
he
what?
also is
So
a
that's
Christian
what to
rapper.
me
He also
that's what matters most to him is his relationship with God.
Oh yeah, it's his relationship. It's a personal relationship. It's I
Yes.
mean, like we join heirs, but we not our relationship. Mine is personal. His is personal. His brothers is personal. His dad, whomever, is personal. Everybody's relationship is personal with God. And I don't stand in judgment. We're not perfect people. And I think sometimes when you wear the badge of honor of saying that you're a Christian or if you love God or you're spiritual, people expect that if you make a mistake, like you didn't kill somebody, like you didn't assassinate or something. We're
Right.
human. We're human, but for us to get through this life, this is who we trust in, so we can make it because it's so hard out here. But one thing I know is that what always keeps me grounded is that God always said that He would never leave me nor forsake me. I can't get that from man. Man cannot offer me that, so I have
No.
to go with the Spirit that covers me, and I have to trust in that. So I know God said He'll never leave me nor forsake me, and that just gets me through. No matter what happens in my life, I've been through some hurtful things. I constantly go through hurtful things, but I just always remember that God said He will never leave me nor forsake me. And at the end of the day, if I don't have nobody in my life, or if I do, or whatever, when I wake up each morning, the first thing I do is give praise and honor to God, and He's always there. He's covered me. He's carried me. Um, He's allowed me to have a platform to really kind of use me for Him. It's not nothing about me. Like I said, probably you mentioned about my book. It's been 10
Yeah.
years in the making. I wrote it 10 years ago. I set it aside and was just like, I'm done. And I finally got with a editor, and I'm practically almost finished my book. It's just
Okay.
a book of sonnets. It's something that you might want to keep on your desk. It's something you might want to keep in your car. It's something you might want to keep alongside your bed. So when you're going through something, you can look at my book and you can see what it is that might can relate to you at that time that can help you get through it. And it's just words of encouragement. And but it was all gifted from God. I had nothing to do with me. He just used me. He just used me. And I stood in the
So when is
place
your
of
book?
being
I would
used.
like to have you on the show again and to talk
Okay.
about your book. So yeah, I definitely would like to do that because that's one
Most
of the
definitely.
plans that I have is to have a couple authors on to talk about their book and just give us,
Okay.
not the whole book, but just give us at least
Right.
information about it and
No
what
problem.
compelled you to put it together. So I remember you was telling me, you said it took you 10 years. And that's when we were talking. I said, God, it took me 10 years too. So I started putting the dots together. I said, God, well, what's going on here? Well, I don't think it's by happenstance. I just think that our meeting was a divine meeting that was put together through God because
Yeah.
I just feel like we were able to lift each other up. Like you said, everybody's going through so many different
Oh,
things,
most
and there's so
definitely.
much stress, so much depression. People are just angry, they're bitter, they're enraged,
They
but
are.
but we are able to, I feel like what you said, but that I had enjoyed it really, I really enjoyed the outing I had at your place, but you enjoyed it just as much. And sometimes
Probably
that's
more.
what you need, you know,
Probably more.
probably more. And I didn't realize I needed it as much until I was there. I was like, wow, I can actually relax, you know?
Yeah, and
Um,
sometimes, yeah, that's what you need to do is relax it. And we just don't take the time for ourselves. And we think that in order to celebrate ourselves, we have to do these big, lavish things all the time. But we don't. And sometimes for me, I'm just gonna speak for me then. It's just the small things to me. Anytime somebody take the time to just even want to be in my presence, I appreciate that. And I
oh,
appreciate them for that. No, because I mean, at this point in life, your time is valuable. Like I tell my kids, I say,
yeah,
for every 5 minutes you got, I got a minute left for life.
there you
So I
go. That's
value my
right.
time and I value other people's time as well.
Yeah.
So, it was nice that you was able to carve that time out. And I didn't know it was gonna go that long, but
Okay.
it was a nice
It went
evening. I mean,
long.
it was just getting to know each other and
Yeah.
just sharing. We have a lot in common. We're similar. And
Yeah.
so we connected. I mean, like I said, I mean, I have lots of friends and associates and people that I love no matter what, that's been in my life for forever, and I will never stop loving them. But I'm just saying, I'm glad to have add you to it, and I'm glad you add me to your life. I'm happy
Oh,
for that,
thank
and I'm
you.
grateful for that. Because
Yeah.
the thing about it is that when we're walking with God, we're all brothers and sisters, and people just don't really understand. I don't understand why people just really don't live, the words of God in their life. They might know it and they might recite it and they might study it, but are you living it?
Are you
So I
living
do
it?
believe,
Oh my God. You
right?
said
Are
it.
you living it? Because
Yes.
we are brothers and sisters,
You
regardless.
see, you
Whether
just
we
see
might not like each other,
some type of evidence, right? Some kind of
yeah.
evidence.
Like when
This
I
not
meet
by
somebody,
word.
I feel like I met a sister. I don't feel like,
Oh,
oh, that's a lady around the back. I mean, I'm like, that's a new sister, and I'm happy to have a new sister.
yes,
So I'm okay with that.
yes. I'm telling you,
I'm okay with
and
that.
that's what God did for me because I did lose my sister, but He replaced me with a sister.
Oh,
So I
oh,
appreciate you. I do.
oh,
I'm like, oh
thank
man, this
you.
feels so good. Yes. So I know to me, and that's what, like I said, I just thought about. I'm gonna start thinking about, and I just thought of honestly the topic, like what matters most, and it kept coming in my spirit and in my mind. I kept saying, well, what matters most, God? And God said, just stop, just sometimes you got to take a step back and just sit quietly and think. And I just looked around. I said, okay, God, I got it. Then I looked at it, I said, ain't this car, because you know what? Somebody could, God forbid, if I had an accident, and I've had one before, take the car, but the car could be replaced. But you know what? You and I, the people, the friendships, whatever, they can't be replaced. So you can't
No,
replace people, I mean, the people that you
no,
love in your life. So
most
it's
definitely.
important, to always tell people, give people flowers while I can smell them. Let them know that, hey,
Yeah,
you matter to me. You know what I mean? And I want you to know you matter to me. And tell, even just a phone call to check on a person. How are you doing today?
most
Because if
definitely.
we will really think back, if there were some people that we could have said those things to more often, once the time is gone, we can't say it. So I'm
Right,
just a
exactly.
real big advocate now for just connecting with people and getting them to where they need to be in life. You know, if you feeling lost because of the circumstances in life, don't allow your circumstances to dictate to you what the rest of your life is going to be like. Because right now
Most definitely.
we're just going to have to look. I always say trust God. Don't trust
Yeah.
man. Trust God.
Oh no. Trust God. Yeah.
Trust
That's all
always.
you have to do.
Yes. So I know that you know, you have a phenomenal place there. So I know I just want, you know, the viewers to know that hey, if they ever want to get their hair done, hair, wait a minute, is it hair excellence?
Hair
What is it? Oh,
elegant. It's
hair
hair
elegant.
elegant.
Yeah, hair
And I'm on
elegant.
Liberty Road. I'm in the 1100 block of Liberty Road.
Okay.
So this is 1100 block, right? Yeah, the 1100 block. Kind of
Yes.
like going towards Eldersburg, but we're right here in Ward Chapel's. What's this? Ward Chapel Center. What is it? Ward Chapel?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's Ward
Ward
Chapel.
Chapel Center. Yeah, Ward
What's
Chapel.
the best,
So
what's
it's
the best way they can reach you? How could they reach you?
oh, they can reach me by my phone number.
See,
Text
you didn't
me
give me that. What's your
410.
phone number? I'm a
Oh,
edit.
410
Okay.
274 3194.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on here. You said 410
274
274.
31
Okay,
3194.
94. Okay,
And
so I
just
got
text me.
410 274. Okay, and I'm gonna save it. Okay.
Yeah, just save it. Yeah, and you can just text me. We're going through this COVID period. Just be glad when we go through, get over this.
Yes,
Making sure we take the precautions, and it's just really it's a hard time, but
it
God's
is.
gonna pull us through this as well. So,
Okay.
but you still just have to keep the faith and keep moving.
Yes, that's just it.
Just stay
That's all we can.
protected.
Yeah, that's all we can do is keep the faith, keep moving, like you said, and stay protected. You know,
Yeah,
I started every time I go into the store, Swana, the first thing I see, remember when you first go in the store, you still see it, candy and other things that they're trying to sell. But I'm like, man, when I come and go in the store, all I see is hand sanitizer,
hand
masks,
sanitizer. Yeah.
masks.
You got hand
Oh,
sanitizer. Some stores even got gloves, honey. Home Goods got gloves for you. So
oh, they do. Okay.
they got gloves and hand sanitizers in Home Goods. I mean, like, and it's just,
Hey,
it's a new way of life for all of us. And we don't know
it's a
what it
humble.
is, but
Yeah,
even if we're wrong, at least we still protect ourselves regardless of what happened. But we know
that's
it's
right.
true because so many loved ones have gone because of the disease and still are dying, from the
Yeah,
COVID. But I just
exactly.
tell people to try to strengthen your body. Make sure you take your vitamins. Just build up your immune system. Be careful what you're eating, where you're eating. We just have
Yeah,
to take some precautions on our own. Tomorrow's not promised to any of one of us, but
yes.
we just need to take some precautions on our own, and we just have to do what it takes to be safe.
Yeah, because I'm gonna
Um,
tell you, it's different, and I believe, like I said, it's a humbling experience. And I noticed that we're nicer. Some of us are nicer towards one another,
oh
even the
yeah, most
strangers.
definitely.
I mean, because look,
Yeah,
we all we have right now. You know,
and we
we
are,
got
and it's just, and what's really is so hurtful is just the divide too. It
yeah,
was always there, but it was a respectful divide at one time, but
yeah,
now it's like the divide is just so pronounced, and
yeah.
it's just really sad. And I just thought my kids would never go through this, and it's just like this is life. I mean, it is what it is, and like I said, I've never been a prejudiced person. I'm not a racist or anything. I just give people a chance, and if you show me something different, then I'll go by that. But I
That
don't have a racist bone or prejudice bone in my body. I like all people, and until you show me something different, and then if you don't want to,
absolutely,
your energy don't match with mine, take your energy where you need to go, because
exactly,
I can't do that
exactly.
negative
And
energy.
look,
I can't do it.
I love what you have here: sunshine, butterflies, peace, and love. You know,
Oh yeah, I had to
sunshine.
adapt that because
I love
I
it.
had to adapt that because that saved my life, because I was
Yeah,
going through a real hard time in my life, and I just didn't know what to do. It was just something that was unexpected, and it just came about, and I was like, God, how am I gonna get through this? Each day it was very, each day was hard, and so I don't know, it was just like God spoke to me and was like, just, I created a whole world for you. You can't allow
That's it.
one situation to disrupt your whole world. I mean, like, I own this whole world. I own it all. And so, and
That's
it was
right.
just like he spoke to me and said, just think, one of my favorite things is the sunshine. I love the sunshine. And it just came to me one day, and I just started like making that my signature, sunshine, butterfly, peace, and love. And I knew
I
if
love.
I expressed that towards people, that
Yes.
it helped me. It helped me because it was also the time that I also learned true forgiveness, because
Yeah.
with forgiveness, that thing can be a little deep,
Woo,
and
woo.
sometimes we
Yeah.
don't understand. And but the thing about it, what I really learned and understood was that it was the forgiveness is the freeness. Because
Yes, it
once you
is.
forgive, you're free. And that
Yes, you
any
are.
situation that you've ever been through in your life, and anything that anybody's ever done to you, and hopefully anything that you might have done to somebody and maybe not meant to do, or maybe
Yes.
was misconstrued, but if you take the time to forgive a person, it's a release. Because
Pretty
why lose a
powerful.
good friend? Why lose a good family member?
Yes.
Over not being forgiven. And I honestly have the forgiveness in my heart. People think you don't. Like, people, if I haven't talked to you in a while, I pick up from where we left off at. I don't care about what happened. It's a
Exactly.
new day. We're in a new world. That's what I say, the sunshine, butterflies, peace, and love. I mean, that's all I
I,
have to offer.
and you know what?
That's all I have.
You keep it moving. You don't
Yeah,
let
and
the
like I said,
say.
the forgiveness piece is so huge. And once we, as a people, learn that to forgive, it takes a lot of pressure off of you. It's going to release so much off of you, and
Yeah.
your energy is just going to be so amazing, because it's like,
Wow.
okay, you said that, okay, you did that, but I'm gonna forgive you. I throw it over to God. God throws, if God can throw it into the sea of forgetfulness, who are we? Who are
Come
we?
on now.
So
Come
who
on.
are we?
Come on. And I've always said that I would not want to leave this earth with a chip off my shoulder, chip on my shoulder, or being angry and bitter. You know, I
Most
want to make
definitely.
sure, that, no matter what, it doesn't matter what, and don't focus on, yeah, I used to say that, God dang it, that person did me wrong, or they talked to me this way, whether it be employer, relationship, whatever. But now I've learned to, like, when you just smile at them and just
Oh
say,
yeah.
and then look at, can you look them in the face and say, you know what? I forgive you. I
Most
forgive you.
definitely.
You know,
I mean,
you
we
know,
have to. I mean,
it
how
shakes
can
them up
we
a little.
be how can we be lovers of God when we don't want to forgive nobody?
Right.
We're not demonstrating who He is in our life. I'm not saying that somebody had to keep walking over top of you, but it's just that it's challenges that people go through. And what I realize is that I'm not a perfect person. And if I got mistakes, or if I got ill wills, or if I got things that people think that's unpleasing to them, it's okay with me. I don't care how you feel, but I'm gonna
That's right.
still love you anyway, even from afar. But one of the things that I realized is that forgiveness is just so huge, and
Yeah.
and Christians of all people, a lot I see sometimes don't want to forgive. It's just like, I don't want to be done with it. I'm done. I'm over it. Over a mistake, over a mishap. Sometimes you just have to say,
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe she wasn't thinking. Maybe that happened the way she said it. Maybe.
Right. Right. Uh-oh, I lost you. Okay. Well, she'll come back in. I don't know what happened. She was on the broadcast. Um, I'm going to wait a couple minutes and see if she comes back on. But you've heard it, viewers, that, you know, what matters most is definitely is an individual decision. But you have to decide for yourself, for your life, what the things in life are for you, what matters most to you. And you'll be able to identify the reasons why you should, I don't know, I always say get up in the morning. Things like what things will influence you, your behavior, just how you act towards other people. Focus on not the materialistic part of what matters to you, but the other things in life that matters. I think she's coming back on. Okay, there she is. Let me add her. There you go.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. See,
I
that's
was
what
just
happened. But we
talking.
get to running out, girl. There I go. Look, I'm
That's
working on that. I'm working.
no,
That's
no.
gonna be my new thing for
It's that
2021.
internet
Is shut up.
connection. No, it's that internet connection. But,
Oh, it's the
but
internet
no, but
connection. Okay.
I want you to. I'm gonna wrap it up in a couple minutes, but I want you to, just say, leave our viewers with, a great message.
Okay.
That like to, and then I'll wrap it up. We'll go right ahead.
Okay. The message I want to leave everybody with today is peace. Just learn to make peace with everyone, everywhere you go. Learn to just be a lover of God. Learn to let your light shine. Learn to just be nice to people. Just love up on everybody.
Mm.
I mean, I know it's so hard, but we will not receive love. So you put in the universe, it's usually what we get. Just to love people. I mean, if you have a relationship with someone, send them a card. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care about them. And just pray. We just have to pray. We pray for the world to get better. We pray for healing. We pray for all of those things. And we pray for like for you, Leslie. My deepest prayers for you. I'm losing a loved one and going through these tragedies you've been going through. It's not my story right now, but I understand loss. I understand loss greatly. So I just want to say thank you for the opportunity of inviting me on. This is not something that I do. I am camera shy, but she taught me into
fantastic.
it. You taught me into it, and so I accept it, and I'm glad that you did it. It made me feel it's a good evening for me today. I'm glad I was somewhat prepared.
You're coming on more. I'm definitely going to. Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to invite you on.
Okay.
So I hope that you accept my next invitation. I'm going to keep it, definitely keep it moving. When I started the broadcast, it's so weird. I started a couple years ago with the idea, and then God just, he told me to do it this year because that's part of, that's part of my therapy. It helps me help other people. Now it says when you help other people, it helps you. So God put me on this earth to be a helper to others, to console them, to encourage them, to motivate them, inspire them, whatever I can do. Even though sometimes we don't get it back all the time, but you gave it back to me. You know what I mean? You gave me the inspiration. Yes, so he will send people to you that you don't even know which direction they're coming from. So, me coming here, sometimes we think, I said this, me having, the shop and the boutique, I may think it's about that, but he's letting me see bigger pictures, that it's about other things to come. Yeah. So when I went up to, like I said, when we had our little moment, our ladies' night out, our chill, it was phenomenal. So the viewers, all I can say is, man, we'll invite you the next time. Right now, we gotta wait till COVID gets.
Yeah, we have to wait till COVID go through. Once we get past COVID and get the clearance that we can all come together, we gotta do something special. We can do something special and invite your audience and your guests and your friends or whomever.
Yeah, we're gonna be live, girl. We're gonna turn your place up to a studio. We're gonna put some chairs up there.
Girl, turn it up. Turn it up.
That's right. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
We can do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thank you for joining me on this broadcast, and I will see you soon. Look, I might just come on up right now and talk to you.
Girl, come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Okay.
All right, and I'll see you soon.
Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. There you go, folks. Another great broadcast. I enjoy doing this week after week after week. And sometimes I might miss having a broadcast, and it's only because something has come up. But please stay tuned, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Thanks again for watching Lunch and Chat with Leslie, and you take care.